What does believing in yourself look like? This is Tracy with Tracy Talks, a podcast about life, looking at life from a new perspective to gain wisdom and understanding in hopes to know yourself more. I've had a couple of conversations lately, and it comes back around to women believing in themselves, imposter syndrome, and I want to have a discussion about what does believing in yourself look like? I know what it looks like for me. I don't know if we as women have a different definition of what believing in yourself really means. This discussion has come up with both genders. It's come up with the women in my life and how we doubt our abilities, how we don't feel like we have enough credentials to do whatever it is that we're more than capable and able to do. And it's also come up on men in and around my life who don't necessarily have any credentials and yet fully believe that they can do anything that they want to do. It makes me question if we are so conditioned or if it's somewhere in our programming. How do you begin to change that narrative in your mind, in your thoughts? Is it simply just starting to take actions, starting to do the things that you desire to do? And I actually think it's more than that, because there have been times in my life where I've put myself out there, I've pushed, and I didn't get the response. And why is that? Is it simply timing? Is it simply I wasn't in the right place at the right time? Or do some people have better connections? And if we still have a structure in society that typically rewards, promotes, encourages one gender over the other, can we overcome that barrier, overcome that resistance? Certainly, it's always easy for someone to say, you just need to try a little bit harder, you just need to push a little bit harder. But we all know that doesn't work. It does in some circumstances, but then in other ones, you hit a wall. You meet a limit. What is it you need to believe in yourself? What do you need to hear? What do you want to hear? What do you need to do? I think these types of discussions that create thought are extremely valuable. If we've never actually seen somebody in our life achieve something, we don't know how to go about getting it. We don't know the steps that we need to take to get there. The path appears to be inherently more difficult than someone who has personally witnessed a family member, a friend, or someone they know closely who actually achieved the goals and knows the steps that they need to take. I think the good thing about living in this time that we're living in, though, is we do have access and we do have opportunities in non-traditional means, in non-traditional methods. And that helps. That helps with learning, that helps with understanding, that helps with our ability to accomplish something outside of traditional hierarchy structures. It still seems like, though, for women, there is this inherent belief that we aren't quite enough of something. We aren't quite who we are. I mean, we achieve levels of success, and yet there's still times where we sit back and it's like, is this real? Did I do this? Is this me? This doesn't feel like me. And yet, again, within the last couple of weeks, I've been around male counterparts who they don't exhibit any type of behavior that indicate that they deserve everything that they get. They deserve everybody to do things for them. They deserve to be treated as someone who deserves everything. And some of these men actually treat people in their life really pretty poorly. And yet they still believe they deserve to be at the top. This topic isn't going to be resolved in a 10-minute podcast. I understand that. It's simply some food for thought about what do you need in your life for you to 100% believe in yourself, to believe you deserve everything, to believe that you are more than capable. How do we as women flip the switch in our brain? Oftentimes when I reflect on my behaviors and the times when I don't have belief in myself, I notice that there is a correlation with what I'm doing. And what I mean is the times in my life when I have been what I like to call the good little girl and I did what everybody expected, but I didn't do what I love. Those times felt difficult. I had a difficult time pushing forward. I had a difficult time believing in myself. The times when I do something that I love, when I do something that matters to me, that I care about, that I'm passionate about, those are the times it's easier for me to take the step, to put myself out there, to push myself. And so it makes me think that there is some correlation between, are you doing something that you really love? And if you're doing something that you really love, you are going to believe in yourself no matter what everybody else thinks. You're going to push yourself forward. You're going to push yourself out there. I just think that there is a correlation between that somehow we may not be aligned with our true passion and purpose. And once we are, the fire is lit and there's no stopping you. So those moments where we feel like we're an imposter and we don't have the credentials, we don't have enough, is that simply your intuition telling you this isn't really what you want to be doing? This isn't really where you want to be in life. But yet somewhere we felt like this was the path that we should take. This is the path that everybody took, and I just have to follow along. The world needs more people to be living their authentic, unique self. The world needs that. We don't need a bunch of clones. We don't need people following along and doing something because that's what everybody's always done. We need more people that are willing to speak their truth, no matter what the message is. We need more people to show up as themselves, no matter what that is. That's how we change the world. That's how we do it. One day at a time, one person at a time. It's not by doing what we've always done. What does believing in yourself look like? And how can you take one step today to turn your mindset around? Thank you for listening to this podcast of Tracy Talks. Please like and share with others who would enjoy listening to this podcast. And until next time, we meet again.